technical term is Oompa Loompa. No, not really. I didn't make it in. They said I wasn't orange enough. If only Trump was my father. But then, Ivanka would be my sister, and if we're in Tasmania, that'd make her my girlfriend. Look who's dating a model. So, for getting started with comedy, I decided to get some help, so I went and saw the mastermind, Mickey D, and it was going great until he stood me up. I mean, I can understand. I have a face like this and I'm on Tinder, but... yeah, usually there's only two reasons a comedian doesn't show up. Social anxiety, or much more commonly, they couldn't afford the bus. But the reason he stood me up was to watch the AFL Grand Final, and if he wanted to watch something go horribly wrong, he could have just watched my routine. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family. One thing they like to do is they like to watch these cooking shows like MasterChef, MKR, but they retain nothing from them. Not the best cooks. Like my mum, one time she made a tuna mornay, she forgot to put the tuna in it. So basically it was a hot, greasy mess, which was actually my nickname in high school, ladies. Speaking of a hot, greasy mess, I actually worked at KFC 2.5 years. I've quit now, which is great because I have much more free time, don't smell of oil, and my middle finger was really getting tired. But when I first started there, I was really short, like even shorter than now. All you would see when you went up to the counter is the top of my hat. It'd be really awkward when getting the money, because all they would see is this hand just appear around, take the money. Imagine how creepy that is, just having a hand come out of nowhere and touch you. It's like walking down Hindley Street. So with all the free time I had from leaving my job, I went and spent the holidays down with my nan. I found out something about her. She's an alcoholic. She outdrank my dad, and he's been a heavy drinker for the past 17 years. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's when you were born, Daniel. I have a theory. 2000 was when Nikki Webster sung to the world for the first time, so I'm going to go with that. Okay? I'm going to go with that. And I wasn't too sure about doing this show, but when I went and asked my nan, she gave me some advice. She said, Daniel, do what I would do. Take a shot. My dad has this thing, it's really obvious, you probably see it if you look around tonight, but whenever he's stressed, he always puts his hand on his head and massages his forehead. It's really bad when he's trying to play poker. I raised $20. Hey, Dad, Nan's babysitting us tonight. Or even worse, when I told him I want to be a comedian. Hate mosquitoes, they're the worst. Well, other than spiders. Back in year 5, my teacher would have actually taught us something. She's told us to always slap a mozzie bite, never scratch. It's kind of weird because we'd be sitting in class, we'd all be sitting in class, and we would all just be... It was even worse because she left the window open all the time. So whenever I got into class, I'd sit in the back corner, just... Thank you, everyone. You'd be great.